Morning friends, and welcome back to our YouTube channel UpVentures. This is the beginning of our 7th day since we started our venture from Dublin. We're aiming to get to Athens. We are now in Rome. We had a lovely stay at the Luxor Hotel outside Rome, as you can see. Today we are planning a trip from Rome, from the hotel to Port of Bari. So basically we're going to cross Italy from west to east. The journey, if we choose a route with tolls, it's going to be 440 kilometers roughly. If we choose the route without the tolls, it's going to be longer. The problem is the route that we have in the app, it's 440 kilometers, but there's no charging station in between. So that's a big problem for us. All the apps that we have, and we plotted our map, they say that there's no available charger. We have to be there by 5:30 to catch up the ferry from Bari to Patras in Greece. So that's a big challenge. We are now on the stress and we have to go. We have now managed to get on the motorway. We started with a range of 345 kilometers today. Now we have 336. We are in Eco Plus mode. It's 11 o'clock. So 410 kilometers, it's 4 hours. Plus we have to look for a charging point. We are a bit tight, folks. We have to get there at 5:30. The port just announced us that the last check-in is at 5:30. So let's see how it goes. We have managed to find a charging point, and it's the best charging point. It's 300 kilowatts. It's super charging, super fast charger. So we have managed to do 158 kilometers since we left the hotel in Rome. We have another 286 kilometers until we reach our destination in Port of Bari. We are still having time issues. We have to be there by 5:30 because the ferry will leave at 7:30. So look at the train. That's a super fast train. Yeah, they have a very good infrastructure here in Italy. I really like it, apart from Rome, where we couldn't find any charging points. Luckily, we had a hotel who wanted to help us to charge. That's another story. Now the car is charging. It shows up that it's going to charge fully in 1 hour and 15 minutes. We don't have that time to wait here, 1 hour and 15 minutes. We're going to stay here 45 minutes, and then we have to shoot. We put it a bit on the speed on the motorway. We didn't drive economic at all. We drove with 120. We have to be there by 5:30. Otherwise, we'll have to wait another day in the Port of Bari. So let's see the speed of the charging point. You can see here the status of the charge is 44%. We're charging with a speed of 32 kilowatts. Beside us, it's another Volkswagen. It's an ID3, charging as well, 29 kilowatts. So let's see if we can get to the Port of Bari on time.
2 hours later.
We are now in a black spot on our trip. The range displayed on our dash computer is 101 kilometers. And unfortunately, we have 98 kilometers to the destination. So it's going to be challenging to get to our next charging point. Let's see how this goes. We already have turned off the air conditioning and put the Eco Plus mode. We had some hills as well, and the range just dropped dramatically. We have managed to complete another 178 kilometers from our last charging point. We are now in a place called L'Orecchietta. It's a restaurant and a hotel. Apparently over here in the middle of nowhere, we got a charging point, 150 kilowatts from NLX. There are 3 charging points. They are all available, and we choose the middle one. We plugged in the car as fast as we could, Our range when we arrived here, I'll show you, dropped dramatically. Look, the car is now charging. It says it's gonna charge in 2 hours and 5 minutes. So our range when we arrived here, it's 62 kilometers. We managed to drive on the Eco Plus mode, and we used a lot of the brake regeneration. It's 34.5 degrees outside. We were roasting inside the car on the motorway. It was a challenge, very hot. We had to drop the windows, both of our windows, just to get some fresh air. Anyway, from the place we are here, we have another 128 kilometers to Port of Bari. In the Port of Bari, we have to be at 5:30. What's the time now? Now it's 3:30. So the plan is to stay here for 1 hour. Yeah, 4:30-ish, we're gonna leave here. We have another 1 hour. We have to push the car again. We pushed it a lot today, 120, 125. We haven't seen these speeds since we left Dublin. The car behaved very well. Us, we're very warm, to be honest with you. Italy is good. Charging points on the motorways, absolutely excellent. So far, so good. We're hoping to get this ferry on time. Our ferry is at 7:30, but we have been informed by the port that our ship, Aneka Superfast, is basically going to leave early. We have to be there at 5:30. So now we're going to keep on going. Jay has managed to find a bar. It's called L'Orechietta, and he brought some goodies. We have the San Pellegrino Aranciata, orange, very good. It's cold, exactly what we need on this sun. The car is over there, charging. No one here, only the dog. We managed to give him some pate, and he just ate, so he's very happy. We're in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. One more detail that I want to add. The motorway, since our last charging point to here, we had to pay 26 euro. Was a bit deary, I would say, expensive, but still okay, within our budget. Now I'm gonna pour myself a nice glass of this lovely juice, and charging is almost finished, and we'll keep on going to Port of Bari. Okay guys, so on our way to Bari, our battery range is getting critical. It's displaying us a range of 64 kilometers, and our distance is 60 kilometers. It's getting pretty bad. Let's see if we're gonna make it to Bari. We have to make it on time as well, so it's gonna be complicated.
A few moments later.
So guys, what would you do if you would be in this situation? As you can see here on the GPS, we have 35 kilometers left, and on our dash we have a range of 34 kilometers. Have a look. So 34 kilometers left on our dash. That's our range. Okay, we made it to Bari. We just checked in now. It's 6 o'clock, so we were late 34 minutes. They said we have to arrive at 5:30. We managed to convince the lady to accept us for the check-in. It was stressful. The car is out of battery, it's on a critical condition. We booked a room as well, pretty expensive, 178 euro I had to pay. They didn't have any available rooms, only the deluxe rooms outside. I don't know what that means. We'll find out later on the boat. I'll show you the range of the car now. So, as you can see, the car is critical. It's on the 7 kilometers range. This is what it is, folks. We managed to get here, and now we're gonna go on the ferry from Bari to Patras in Greece. We managed to do 450 kilometers up to here. Our last 130 kilometers we had to pay again toll, €8.90. More videos like this will follow. The end of our 7-day finds us on the ferry from Bari in Italy to Patras in Greece. We had a long day. We started from Rome, from the hotel. We had a journey of 450 kilometers. We managed to get here. The port has sent us an email in the morning informing us that we have to be here 2 hours early, and if we don't make it 2 hours, the check-in is going to be closed and we are not going to be allowed on the ferry boat. So what we've done in the morning, when we were having the breakfast at the hotel, we called to the ferry company, Aneka Super Fast Lines, and the lady there told us that we have to be at 5:30 sharp, otherwise they won't accept us to the ferry. Then our stress has begun. We first started with the Android device, was plotting the map with the charges. The map wasn't showing any charges available, so we started very well the morning. It was saying that our type of battery and our type of car is not suitable for this journey. So then it seems very strange to me, because when I plotted this map, the same route back home from Rome to Bari, it was showing me plenty of charging points. So change it to the iOS device. But for some reason, with the same account, it was working perfectly, and it was showing 3 or 4 fast chargers on the way. So we started from the hotel. It was, I think, around 10:30. Left from Rome. We drove roughly 160 kilometers into the first charge. We charged the car for almost an hour, all good. We left again, and the plan was to go to 3 stops, so 3 chargers. But through the day, we noticed that we don't have enough time to get to the ferry at 5:30. So we have decided to reconfigure a bit the whole journey. We went for a journey with tolls, so only on motorways. That was pretty expensive. On our second stop, we were very low on battery. I think we had 40 or 50 kilometers left, if I remember correctly. We charged again for 50 minutes. It was almost 4 o'clock or something like that. And then we decided to leave from that location to the ferry. While the journey was progressing quite well, we encountered some issues. There were some uphills, so every time we were going on the top of the hill, our range was dropping significantly. So for every 2-3 kilometers that we were going up, we were losing probably 7 or 8 kilometers in reality from that range. And we continued, the range dropped dramatically. We managed to get to Port of Bari. The range was 10 kilometers. It was absolutely stressful. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. We have done as well a couple of videos on the way. Anyway, we managed to get to the ferry terminal, and they told us that we have to go back to the blue building in Bari because we don't have the boarding passes. Usually in Ireland and in France and in UK things are different, but here it was completely a mess. People were not organized well enough. So then it was late, it was almost 5:45 when we arrived to the ferry terminal. Then we went back to the blue building, which was the main port authority building. There were all the ferry companies over there, they all had offices, as you can see here in this video. So we managed to get there, went to the lady, gave her the passports, all good. She accepted us for the check-in, and I asked her, is there any problem as we are 20 minutes late? It was 20 minutes late now, almost 6 o'clock. And she said, no, you're gonna be boarded and that's it. So all that stress and everything was for nothing. Like we could have easily stopped for 10 minutes on the way again, or even in Bari, if stopped for 5-10 minutes and charge again. But like we didn't know what's going on, and their English is very bad here. So it is what it is. At the reception there, we asked the lady if we can book a room. So yeah, she looked at the computer and she said, we have only one room available, which is the presidential room, the luxe room, or whatever she called it. It was 178 euro. If you can imagine, like it was loads, like very expensive. To me, it seems very expensive. 178 euro for one night for a ferry that only goes for 16 hours and a half, 17 hours. That's quite a lot. On the previous ferry from Rosler to Bilbao, the room we managed to get it at around 138 euro. So it was much better. I don't care about the comfort too much in the room. Doesn't matter if it's presidential or not. It has a bed, it has a shower. For me, that's enough. Anyway, we got our boarding passes sorted at the check-in desk. Run again to the car. Go to the gentleman at the ferry terminal to go on board. The range was 8 to 9. It was varying a lot. So we managed to get on the ferry, park the car on the ferry. Um, we asked another gentleman who's working as a mechanic there on the ferry. We asked him if there are any charges, opportunities, charging points on the ferry. Maybe we can plug in the car, at least a slow charge would be great until tomorrow morning. They said no, they don't have that. So we parked the car, 7 kilometers left. Hope tomorrow the car is gonna start. If it's not gonna start, we're gonna have a big serious problem. All good, we went to the ferry, got our room, and we started to work on the video editing for day 5. And I also, while Jay was working on that, I also started to look for charging points in Patras, because I don't want to be put in a position when we arrive in Greece, you know, not find the charger in Patras. So I was looking through the various locations in Patras, managed to find a charger that's exactly 1 kilometer when you go out from the Port Authority. So we're gonna go there tomorrow. I hope that charger works. It's the first kind of experience with an electric car in Europe. So it's 63 kilowatt, if I remember correctly, in Patras. So that means probably the car is gonna charge in 3 hours. That's good, because we're gonna have the opportunity to visit Patras. I would also add that our Volkswagen e-up has been pushed to the limits today. We drove with 125, 130, 135 kilometers an hour, only on motorways, full speed ahead. We were roasting inside. We were in Eco Plus mode, and we took off the air conditioning. From time to time we were opening the windows to get some fresh air in. So the e-up has managed. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, UpVentures, and don't forget to follow us on the social medias. So if you want to send us any suggestions or even comments, maybe some feedback about our videos, so that we can improve ourselves, feel free to contact us on Facebook, on Instagram, or even on TikTok. We are available 24/7. Thank you and have a good evening.